Question 1, 24 rulers cost $7. So 24 rulers cost $7. So Chiwi bought 456 such rulers. We want to find out how much she paid. So now from 24, how do we get 46? So I'll take 456 divided by 24. We get 19. So 24 times 19, we get 456. So we'll times 19 for $7 as well. So which means there will be 19 sets of this, which gives us $133. Question 2. Let me write down, complete the compass first. So, naughty elephant spray water in the clockwise direction. Okay, so he's facing south, standing at the coffee shop facing south, so he's facing the swimming pool. How many degrees will he need to turn anti-clockwise? Anti-clockwise is this side, to face the bank. The bank is here. So which means this guy needs to turn all the way here. Okay, so it's basically almost one round, right? So almost one round is what? 360 degrees. And one part here is 45 degrees. So basically he needs to turn 360 minus 45, which is 315 degrees. Question 3. What is the area of the shaded triangle? Okay, so this is the shaded triangle, okay? So we simply need to take half times base times height. So the base is over here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cm. Multiplied by the height would be this, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Half times 6 times 8. I usually like to do my cancellation to make my number small. So then I get 24. Question 4. Anne, Joe and Sue. So Anne, Joe and Sue, the ratio is 5, 3, 8. So the difference between the number of keychains, the difference between Sue and Anne. The difference between Sue and Anne. 8 minus 5 is 3. So the difference between Sue and Anne is the same as Joe's keychain. Okay, that's true. Next, second statement, Joe and Anne have 8 keychains altogether. Joe and Anne, they have 8 keychains. Well, I mean, I do know that they have 8 units, but this doesn't mean that they have 8 keychains. We don't know how many keychains they have. So that information is not given to us, so that is not possible to tell. Opening hours of a clinic. How long is the clinic open? So we need to draw a timeline and calculate. So we have 3 different sets of timing. So from 8:30, I'm going to count 8:30 to 9:30, 9:30 to 10:30. Okay, let me not do this. 8, 9, 10, 11. I can count 4 hours to 12:30 p.m. And over here is 15 minutes. So over here in total is 4 hours and 15 minutes. Let's look at the next one. From 2 to 4:30. This is rather easy. So I can count 2 hours to 4 p.m. and from 4 to 4:30, that gives me 30 minutes. So over here, this time slot is 2 hours and 30 minutes. And for the evening one, from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. 7 to 8 is 1 hour. Then from 8 to 8:30, it's 30 minutes. So for the evening slot, it's 1 hour and 30 minutes. So if I were to add all of these up, my minutes I would have 75 minutes, and for the hours, I have 7 hours. So then we convert this. This would be 8 hours and 15 minutes. Question 6, we have Mrs. Bala and Mrs. Mano. So what I will do is I will use Mrs. Mano's information because she bought the same packet of candies. She has 33 pupils. She gave each pupil 10. And she had 50 candies left. So this would tell us the number of packets, the number of sweets, number of candies inside the packet. So there were 380 candies inside the packet. So as for Mrs. Bala, she had 55 candies left. So from the total number, we take away the leftover. She gave away 325 candies. And these 325 candies were shared among her 25 pupils. So 325 divided by 25, there were 13 sweets, 13 candies for each of her pupils. So each bowl cost 22.20. She bought 6 bowls, right? So 22, 20, 6 bowls. $133.20. So she spent an equal amount of money on 8 mugs and 6 bowls. So this is also the cost for 8 mugs. So 8 mugs is 133.20. We can find out the cost of 1 mug, which is $133.20 divided by 8. $16.65 is the cost of 1 mug. So we now need to find the difference between a bowl and a mug. So we do that by subtracting. And the answer is $5.55. So question 8, they're asking for a line GH and it needs to be parallel to EF. So what we can do is take this point. I'll take E and I'll count maybe 1 square away. So this is 1 point. And I'll take F and I'll count 1 square away this way. So I have my 2 points. Then I can take a ruler and I draw my straight line. So I start from here is my line. So this is the parallel line, and remember to indicate that this is GH, and because parallel, we draw the arrows. Okay, question part B. Okay, part B. We're supposed to draw and complete the square ABCD. So please take a ruler and draw. We draw a line that joins this way. Draw a line down. And we draw a line across. Okay, so this is A, B, C, D. And this is a square. Question 9. Okay, so 2 dresses and 4 pairs of shorts. This one I can actually draw a stack model. Each dress and shorts. Each dress costs $38.60, more than a pair of shorts. And she bought 2 dresses, so I'll stack it up. And 4 pairs of shorts. So this is dress and dress, shorts, 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 shorts. 4 pairs of shorts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and the whole thing is $198.70. So I want to find the cost of a pair of shorts. First, I need to take away the extra parts, which is $38.60 times 2. Which is $77.20. Now I take that away from the total. Which is $121.50, and that will make up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. So I know that 6 units is 121.50. So I need to find out 1 unit, which is the price of the shorts. $20.25. So for question 10, we have a rectangle and a square. So let me indicate in the diagram that this is a square. All 4 sides are of equal length, which means FE will be 23 cm as well. We know that the area of the figure is 2097. So first, let's find the area of the square. Area of the square would be 23 times 23, which gives you 529. Next, let's find the area of the rectangle here. So area of rectangle would be the area of the whole figure, 2097, minus the area of the square, 529. You get 1568. Now this is the area of the rectangle here, 1568. Now area is equals to length times breadth, isn't it? So if we know that the area is 1568, we're trying to find the length. We need to find the length of BC first in order to find ED. Okay, so then we know the breadth given in the question is 28 cm. So let's find the length of BC, which is the length of the rectangle. We'll have to take the area divided by the breadth. we get 56 cm. So we know that BC is 56 cm. So in order to find ED, we'll have to take 56 minus 23. And we will get 33 cm. That's the answer. Question 11. We have mangoes to pears. So let me write down the ratio. Mangoes is to pears. 6 is to 5. The difference between pears and mangoes will be 89. So the difference between the units would be 1 unit. So we know that 1 unit is 89. So they tell us that 28 mangoes turned bad, and we want to find how many mangoes were there in the end. So first we need to find the number of mangoes at first. So number of mangoes at first would be 6 units. So you take 89 times 6 to find the mangoes at first. You get 534. And the mangoes at first, we take away the mangoes that turned bad. So we're left with 506 mangoes in the end. Question 12. The figure is made out of 3 triangles and a square. And they tell us that AD is twice the length of AC. AD is twice the length of AC, which means this would be 15 as well. What else? Okay, so they tell us that, you see, this is an isosceles triangle, which means this is 15 also. So for this one, works the same. It's also 15. Okay, what's the question want us to find? The area of the whole figure. Okay. So, okay, it's already labeled C here, huh? Okay, I'll just use that C, okay? So I'm gonna call this A, B, C, and this is D. Okay, so let's find the area one by one. So for square A, each side is 15 plus 15, which is 30. So 30 times 30 gives me 900. That's the area for A. Area for B will be half times 15 times 15, which is equals to 112.5. The area for C would be the same as B. Now area for D. The height would be 82 minus 30, which is 52. And the base would be 30, which is one side of the square. So half times 30 times 52. Which is 780. So then from here what we need to do is to add everything up. So 900 plus 112.5 plus 112.5 plus 780, that would give us 1905. Question 13. So you need to take note of the units. They want us to find our answer in milliliters. So let me convert 2 liters, 40 milliliters, convert this to milliliters. 2 liters would be 2000. So this is 2040 milliliters. So we can fill 3 jugs or 2 kettles. So they want us to find 1 jug. So 1 jug will be 2040 divided by 3, which is 680 milliliters. This is the answer for part A. Part B, when 3 such kettles are filled. So okay, let's find out 1 kettle first, okay? So this can fill 2 kettles. So 1 kettle would be 1020. So they want 3 kettles. So I take this times 3. This would give me 3060. So this is the amount of water in 3 kettles. So this is poured into 18 glasses, and each of the glass contains 150 milliliters of water. So let me find out the total amount of water inside the 18 glasses. It's 2700. So the total amount of water inside the 3 kettles after filling the 18 glasses, we will get the remainder of 360 milliliters of water remaining. So 680 and 360. Question 14. A box 3/8 filled with beans has that mass of 5 3/4 kg. So I'm gonna draw the model. So they want the box to be 8 units. So for such questions, you need to add another part in front, and that is the box, because the box has mass. Okay, so a box that is 3/8 filled, so together with the box and 3 units, okay, the mass is 5 3/4 kg. And when the box is completely filled, so which means the box and everything and the 8 units, the mass is 13 7/10 kilograms. So you want to find the mass of the box when it is empty, just the box, okay? Now, what we can do is we can take 13 7/10 minus 5 3/4. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, I will show the working here. Well, of course, this is paper 2. You can use the calculator if you like, but I'm just going to do the working because I do not like to use the calculator for fractions. Okay, so this is 15 out of 20. So this becomes 12 and 34 out of 20 minus 5 and 15 out of 20. Okay, so you see when we do the subtraction, after I subtracted, that is the difference between the 2 scenarios, which is over here, which is 5 units. Okay, so I know that 5/8. Okay, rather let's just call it 5 units. Okay, so 5 units is 7 and 19 or 20 kg. So I need to find 1 unit, which is this divided by 5. Which gives me 1.59. You can leave it as decimal or fraction in this case, because as long as your answer is in kg, it's okay. So then I need to find 3 units. So 1.59 times 3, which is 4.77. So these 3 units make up 4.77. So I'm going to take 5 3/4, which is 5.75. I take away 4.77. And I get 0.98. Question 15, square K and rectangle L. So we know the shaded part is 1 unit. And square K is 2 units. So if square K is 2 units, and this shaded part is half of it, which means this unshaded will be 1U as well. And the entire area of rectangle L is 5 units. So if the whole thing is 5 units and this shaded occupy 1 unit, which means this is 4 units. So the area of rectangle L is 105. So we know that that is 5 units. Is 105. So we find out what's 1 unit. Take 105 divided by 5, which is 21. So part A is asking for the area of the shaded part. That is the answer, just 1 unit. Next, find the area of the whole figure. So the whole figure is made up of 4 plus 1 plus 1, which is 6 units. So we just need to find out what's 6 units, which is 21 times 6 gives us 1, 2, 6. That is the answer for part B. Question 16, send up patterns. So number of grey squares, 1, 2, 3, 4. Figure 4, you will have 4. Okay, and the total number of squares, as you can see, every figure, they increase the base, right? Like this is new, right? So then from figure 2 to figure 3, this is new. So they add 3 every single time. From here to here is plus 3. From here to here is plus 3, you see? So from here to here will also be a plus 3. So total number of squares for figure 4 would be 13. Part B, find the total number of squares in figure 11. Okay. So we will just continue adding 3, isn't it? So figure 5 would be 13 plus 3, which is 16. Figure 6, 19. Figure 7, 22. Figure 8, 25. Figure 9, 28. Figure 10, 31. Figure 11, 34. This will be the answer for part B. Perhaps I'm going to write down figure number here and squares, total squares here. Okay, so for part C, a figure number had 52 squares altogether. How many white squares were there? Okay, so for part C, if it has 52 squares, then let's just find out how this is our figure number 1. Okay, so from 52, I take away my base, and the base is 4. After the base of 4, everything is a plus 3, plus 3, plus 3. So 52 minus 4 is 48. Okay, so next I'll take the 48, divide by 3 to find out how many jumps, how many plus 3s there were. Okay, so then I get 16. So there were 16 plus 3s. There were 16 increases. So if there were 16 increases, it increased from the base, right? From figure 1. So this is figure 17. Figure 17 has got 52 squares. So now if we know figure 17 has got 52 squares, how do we find out the number of white squares? Okay, let's look at the let's look at the relationship between the figure number and the white squares. From 1, how do we get 3? We can do 1 times 2. After that, we plus 1 to get 3. Let's check if it works for 2. For 2, we also can do times 2, and then later we plus 1, so it gets 5. So for 3, how do we get 7? Times 2 is 6, then we plus 1 is 7. So 4, how do we get 9? Same thing, we times 2, and afterwards we plus 1. So how about this now? If it's figure 17, I'm going to times 2 first. Afterwards, we plus 1 to find out the number of white squares. So this will give us 35. That's the answer for part C. (34 and 35). Question 17. Fractions. A group of pupils learn to play musical instruments. 2/5 of them learn to play the guitar, 1/4 of the rest. So again, fractions question, we need to check if the fractions are referring to the same whole. So this one says 2/5 of them. Them refers to what? The total pupils. 1/4 of the rest. The rest refers to the remainder, which is a smaller whole. So the two fractions are not referring to the same whole, means we cannot change them to the same denominator. So what I would do is I would just draw the whole first, 2 out of 5. So I'll draw 5 units. Okay, out of which 2 units they learn to play the guitar. Now, and 1/4 of the rest. Okay, of the rest I have 3 units. So okay, I cannot cut it equally into 4. So it's okay. Let me just drop down the remainder part. And now I cut it into 4 parts. Okay. So out of which 1 part, this one learned to play the drum. And all the remaining pupils learn to play the recorder. Now, a total of 255 pupils learn to play the guitar and the recorder. Okay, so that is the clue. 255 pupils. Now, however, I don't have equal units yet. See, the units on top, not equal to the unit under. Okay, so what I can do is I need to make the parts the same. So over here I have 3 units. That's equal to the 4 parts under. So now I need to find out what's the lowest common multiple of 3 and 4. That will be 12. So I'm going to make the red parts each 12. So which means over here I need to cut into 4 units. Okay, but instead of cutting, I'm just going to write 4 units. And at the bottom, each of these is going to cut into 3. to make all my units equal. So over here, take note, if I cut them into 4 units, all these needs to be made equal as well. So now, I know that my guitar will be 8 units, and for the recorder, we have 9 units. So all these make up 255 pupils. So which means I can take, so I know that 17 units make up 255. So in order to find 1 unit, take 255 divided by 17, which is 15. So part A. Okay, let's answer part A first. What fraction of the group of pupils learn to play the recorder? The recorder for part A would be 9 units out of the total. The total would be 4 times 5, which is 20 units. So that's the answer for part A. And for part B, how many pupils were there in the group? In the group, so if I know that 1 unit is 15, I can find out what's 20 units, which is 15 times 20, which is 300. That's the answer for part B. Now, so what I've done is the models way. I can actually use the fractions way to solve. Let me use another color. So, okay, this is another method, alright? So this is guitar. I'm just going to write down my fraction. Guitar is 2/5. And drum will be 1/4 of the rest. 1/4 of the rest. The rest would be 3/5. So that gives me 3 out of 20. So now my denominator has changed to 20. I'm going to change the guitar fraction denominator to 20 as well, so I don't get confused. So if I know that guitar is 8 out of 20 and drums is 3 out of 20, which means recorder would be the whole, which is 20 out of 20, minus the guitar, which is 8 out of 20, minus the drums, which is 3 out of 20, which gives me 9 out of 20. So then, from here, I would be able to tell that recorder plus the guitar total makes 17 out of 20. So from here, same thing, I'm able to tell that 17 units is 255. And you can solve the same way, unitary method again. Okay, so that's all for this paper. Happy practicing!